Marie Curie, her impressive work on chemistry. Marie Curie was a physicist and chemist. Before she had lived in France for many years, she used to live in Poland, where she was born. She and her husband, Pierre Curie, had identified two new chemical elements, polonium and radium, both in 1898, while they were studying natural radiation. Before that, Henri Becquerel, a French nuclear physicist, had already discovered natural radioactivity, which had inspired the Curies to start their experiments. He had observed that uranium emits rays even without sunlight.
Before the discovery of radiation, people had used primitive treatments for serious diseases, like cancer, gangrene, infections, and more. Those treatments included herbal medicine, bloodletting, and surgery with basic tools. Many people had suffered because medicine hadn't advanced enough to treat those diseases well. After the Curies discovered the properties of radium, scientists had already begun to explore new medical treatments like radiotherapy and helping with tumor pain. By the time Marie Curie had become the first person to win two Nobel Prizes, her research had already changed the world and history of science forever. These discoveries had brought her worldwide recognition, but had also exposed her to dangerous levels of radiation without her knowing the long-term risks. She had inspired many scientists to continue researching radiation. After her discoveries, scientists had started experimenting with radium in different fields. They had realized that its radioactive energy could release a large amount of heat, which later had been understood as a potential source for nuclear power. This knowledge had opened the door to the idea of using atomic energy to produce electricity. Unfortunately, this same knowledge had also been used for destructive purposes. In 1945, scientists had developed atomic bombs using principles of nuclear energy. And radium had been one of the elements studied in the process of understanding radioactive decay. Nations had seen both the potential and the danger of such power. On the other hand, radium had been used in medicine to treat some kinds of cancer. Doctors had discovered that radiation could kill bad cells, so they started using it in radiotherapy. Later, safer materials had replaced radium, but it had been one of the first examples of using radioactivity to save lives. After all these discoveries, people had learned more about the dangers of radiation. Scientists had started using safety rules and special protection. Marie Curie's life had shown the great possibilities of science and the risks of not being aware of the dangers of it. The end.